Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Astral Calling here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Before we begin, a few announcements. That being other programs here on the channel. This Saturday, we're taking the week off. Calf is in the woods, and I need a night. Best way to put it.
I was going to ask. So, yeah, that answers that question.
Yeah. Calf is in the woods with Zoe. Speaking of the woods, on Sunday, you can see myself, Sarah, and Emily build a house in the woods, an entire farm, in Sunhaven Sunday. Come and join us for that. I think Sarah's available. I hope Sarah's available. I believe Sarah is available. Then, on Monday, Strength of Thousands AP, Will, Matt, Chad, and McKenna, and Sarah. No Chad. Will, Matt, Sarah, McKenna, and Zoe. Minus the Zoe this week, because Zoe's in the woods. Playing through the Astral Calling Camp.
Yeah, what I'd agreed to, didn't remember.
Playing through the Strength of Thousands adventure path. I can talk. I swear to God. Then, of course, on Wednesday, we have Wild Ambition. Our party finds himself in the plane of Earth. There is a very attractive Earth genie woman.
That's the sentence.
That's the selling point. They're going after an elemental lord who's been stealing the luster from ores around the world.
Well, that's a crime.
Am I forgetting any shows? Tuesday, Baldur's Gate. Come and watch me play through a section of the game I've made harder on myself for no reason.
I mean, you did disarm nearly all the skeletons before they woke up, so you saved yourself some trouble there.
It wasn't even that encounter. I have gone into the goblin area.
The gobos.
I need to deal with the gobos, but I can't long rest to deal with the gobos, and I didn't long rest before dealing with the gobos after doing a number of encounters that day because I thought that I couldn't long rest because if I long rest, the timer that I didn't know didn't exist would go off.
I see.
I'm trying to not spoil anything, but be vague enough that people can understand if they've played it. But that is on Tuesday nights, Baldur's Gate 3. And now I don't think I'm forgetting anything, McKenna. No? Astral Calling Friday nights, which you're watching right now. And the reason why you're watching it is because of our wonderful cast. Because we have the best cast. We have the best D&D 5e cast on the internet. We, of course, have one of the greatest artists I know. And just a generally kind and wonderful person, McKenna, playing Evie. How are you doing tonight, McKenna?
Hello. It's a Friday, so I am a little bit tired. But besides that, I'm doing good.
Nice. And where can we find you on the interwebs?
Y'all can find me on McKenna Ray Art on all of the places. Mostly TikTok, sometimes Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah. Go check out McKenna. They probably posted a TikTok before this. What's this one about?
Go watch it right now. I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's only like 5 seconds long.
Fair enough. Will it be Will slander? Let me know in the
Maybe.
comments. Speaking of slander, someone who enjoys slandering me sometimes, we have Chad playing Vim.
I don't think I've ever said anything that wasn't true. And with malicious intent. Let me just add all the little caveats.
And malicious intent.
Let me add all the caveats.
There you go. And Chad, who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Vim, the Opten Ranger, Fey Wanderer, Dream God.
You just keep telling yourself that.
Mm-hmm. Someone who I could see being a dream god.
That would
we
be bad
have
for people.
Matt playing Darius, Matt the Dream God.
In the dreams that I would send to people, you would be starring in an episode of your favorite television show, and it would be the episode of the show that gets nominated for an Emmy or something.
Nice.
The episode where the bad stuff happens. Okay.
Not necessarily the bad stuff,
Rude.
but the
Awful.
memorable stuff for certain.
Speaking of memorable stuff, we have someone who is incredibly memorable. Rose playing Luna. Rose is memorable. Luna does not have a good memory. Better?
Luna does not remember much, but she remembers her friends, and isn't that what's really important?
Mm-hmm.
She remembers Evie. We all remember Evie. But
You say that like Evie's still dead.
time for us to roll that intro.
Like I can still hear her voice.
Last time on the Astral Calling, our party found themselves in the headquarters of the Nihility Spark, a branch of the cultists trying to destroy the universe, because they want to destroy the universe. Our party, disagreeing with that and generally poking holes into their ideals, caused a, we'll say, expected result, where the heralds of this dark god and belief set, mindset, were called to fondly stomp the party.
I don't know if I'd say that was a predictable outcome.
During said stomping, Evie, unfortunately, was dealt a murderous blow due to the breath weapon.
Death saves.
Due to the breath weapon of a dragon bone bow, wielded by a individual with fox ears. As it occurs to me, the allegory from McKenna's last character killed McKenna's current character.
Act like you weren't targeting me with Calder with that specific intent.
It wasn't.
I saw you.
But luckily they did.
Don't be like, I don't the bop with the butt. Go roll the tape. Roll the tape where you say, Evie, you see the one with fox ears, lock eyes with you and glare. Like, I was like, so that's how this is gonna go.
Then, of course, Vim managed to take out one of them with the help of the rest of the party. Good job, Vim. MVIMP.
Valuable imp?
Most valuable Vim. MVP.
Okay.
P?
No.
Do you know what?
Well, no, I tried most valuable player, but I tried.
No, I kind of like most valuable imp for
most
Vim,
valuable imp.
quite frankly.
Yeah, I could see that.
Most Vim player.
Most Vim player.
Most Vim player.
Chad is the most Vim of all of us.
Chad is the Vimest Vim.
I win.
But yeah, Vim managed to take out one of the heralds, and upon so, they decided to leave. Vim getting Darius back up, allowing Darius to cast Revivify on Evie using their wedding earring. Afterwards, they began to explore the sort of library that got turned into Cult HQ, and they discovered a number of very important bits of information, including the goal of these dark runic figures, apparently searching for something called a astral soul or astral heart. The name is interchangeable, and I think, quite honestly, we're going to stick with astral heart because I like it more, and it goes. So Astral Heart is going to be the canonical name.
Also,
I'd
I'd like to mention something for the record so it can be on the tapes, so to speak. To confirm, we also went on a very quick shopping trip and acquired 2 more 300 gold diamonds. They're uncut, but they are two more 300 gold diamonds. So if need be, I do have materials to do Revivify 2 more times. Let the record show.
I was going to get to
You sure,
that.
Matthew? Remember,
but first,
you dum-dum.
There's some other important information to discover. There was, in fact, also the old Bible of the Spark of Creation that you all found.
Yes.
Can we not call it a Bible? The holy
what
text.
would you call it? Holy text, okay.
Which is
The ancient...
the good book.
The Bible.
The Bible. The Bible, the Spark of Creation.
The ancient codex.
The ancient codex.
The
there we go.
Bible.
The Spible.
The instruction manual.
Nothing with Bible. Nothing with Bible.
The instruction manual.
The instruction manual. The IKEA manual.
Thank you.
The sacred
Thank
IKEA
you.
manual.
It's written in this archaic
Exactly.
language no one can understand with umlauts.
But yes,
I think that's Swedish. So mysterious.
Well, that's the Thinga-Thanga-Thurgan about it.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That's a deep cut
Yikes.
from like Canadian animation history.
Is
Another
it?
one?
Yeah, there was a character in a show called Yvonne of the Yukon,
I
Which
don't think
is-
I watched Yvonne of Yukon.
which is a Canadian fever dream of a piece of animation
I
about.
don't think most people have watched.
No one
Yukon
has.
the Yukon.
It's a Canadian only series. But TLDR, a dude was frozen, and he got unfrosted,
Okay, so Avatar: The Last Airbender.
and
got
there
it.
was.
Oh
and there was
god, I
this-
do remember
And
this
there's
side
a
of...
Swedish character who would walk around and like literally they would end every one of the scenes they were in with a Thinga-Thanga-Thurgan, and they'd head out.
Oh boy.
It's just
That
it's
sounds
it's a
problematic.
childhood core memory of mine.
It looks very weird now
It
that
is.
I'm looking at the pictures again.
It's a
Why is he walking around in his underwear? He's in the Yukon. You will die.
Rose is now madly googling this.
Yes.
Oh boy. That is the correct expression. That is the correct expression.
7 a.m. every day of my childhood when I wake up. This would be one of the first things I would see.
We're
I'm
up at
so
7 a.m.
sorry.
As a child in the morning.
Yeah, I had to get up at 7 a.m.
When
to get
I
to school.
was
Cause
a
choir.
young
On
boy.
Saturday?
No, well, yeah, on Saturday sometimes, but that was, rehearsals and stuff, and dance, and football. Because football games would start at 9, and sometimes it'd be like 2 hours away from my house, so I'd have to drive there. Anyway,
Oh.
those are the memories of my childhood that
The
I'm
more
fond of.
I look, the worse it gets.
Oh, it's
Will.
Rose. Don't go down this rabbit hole. You don't want to go down this rabbit hole. If you want,
It gets worse.
if you want a good piece of Canadian animation to go down a rabbit hole of, look up Class of the Titans. That one was good.
Hold
You
on, what was...
mentioned that one last week.
I love it. But that's unless I'm forgetting anything, other than an interrogation with a very, very sad man.
Haha. Loser.
That I think that's pretty much everything that happened last week. We are going to pick up with that evening, as you are all getting ready for bed. Evie.
Mm-hmm.
The Spark of Creation Codex.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome, Matthew. As you're reading it, there is a whole lot of radical ideas in here for alchemy.
Ooh.
Some might say there is revolutionary ideas that were lost to time and changes of the universe itself. E.g., McKenna, Evie has gained additional class abilities from reading this codex. You now gain the playtest alchemist abilities.
Ooh.
I believe he's
That's a very specific.
specifically referring to the alchemist's satchel.
Yes, you
Um,
have
which
learned
is,
how to make that.
A bag of tricks that involves all sorts of little magical potions and dips and doodads and fun stuff,
And I did it at
so
the
that I
start
can
of the
do
session.
something other than healing word and firebolt in combat. I'm
And
very excited.
I did it at the start of the session so I wouldn't forget.
I'm
Revolution.
so proud of you, Will.
I tried.
Revolutionary ideas. This is how we'll start our holy war.
This is how we'll start. Okay.
Yeah.
Darius in his room. What was that? Holy War? What?
Is Darius in the room with us right now?
Darius, like your sleeping chambers, like for the group, are like temple, like a guest room basically. Darius does have their own room in the temple that would technically be like his and Nito's space for prayer and sleep and rest.
I did grow up here.
Yeah.
Understandable.
There's like a really embarrassing like stuffed bear that's like on a shelf, has like a button.
Nothing embarrassing about having a stuffed bear.
Says me, who actively sleeps with a stuffed frog from Build-A-Bear and a rhinoceros.
Absolutely got my stuffed bunny.
Are they nice and soft?
Yeah, I have to get the frog restuffed.
Oh.
Because
You have to get Will restuffed.
I'm bad at naming things. Everyone knows this about
I'm sorry,
me.
did you name your stuffed frog from Build-A-Bear after yourself?
Yes. I am bad at naming things.
Tell him what the
Rose.
rhino is named.
Oh, okay. So we're
What's
just,
the rhino name?
we're just really
McKenna,
calling Will out here
maybe
at the
dating you
beginning
was a
of the-
mistake.
Yeah, it was.
So,
Oh,
Sudden
God.
regret.
in Will's defense, I, who like to think of myself as good at naming things, my most cherished stuffed animal from my childhood, who I still have tucked in a box somewhere, I think kept safe,
On my bed.
is a penguin named Pengy.
Aww.
Okay, but that's cute though. Pengy's a cute. You didn't name it Matt.
No, but at one point, and my brother loves hearing this bit, I once took a bunch of my stuffed animals into the living room and then went to my mom and say, "Mom, can I reserve the living room for a meeting of the Imperial Warlords?"
Oh, I
How
used
old
to
were
do that.
you?
Hmm?
How old were you?
I have no idea.
Oh, I love that though.
That's so sweet.
I used to do that as well. I used to like take out like all my action figures and like Barbies and like Max
yeah.
Danger,
No, we
and
went
I would
over
like have them like
territory.
around, and I'd have like these massive toy wars. I would call them, where like they'd be like in factions battling it out. God, those are the childhood memories I wish I could remember more of. But
Back to the game we're
back
playing.
to the game we're playing.
It's important, okay?
It's important.
Wait, that was a diversion. What was the rhino's name?
Fuck, Riley.
Right.
Briny.
Mind like a steel trap on this lady.
Poor Will.
I
I'm
have
sorry.
one, so Luna can't.
Have
one
an
what?
Evie.
Mind like a steel trap.
Ah, yes.
But yeah, so. Oh yeah, Darius. I almost called them Darian. Darius would have their own room.
Fair enough. I would love to ask about this alchemical discovery that his people are, responsible for making theoretically.
Well, once again, to be clear, this codex was not written by the Mao. It was produced by the Spark of Creation Faith.
Yes, but not necessarily by the Spark of Creation themselves. This was by the followers of the Spark of Creation.
Yes, this is an alien dropping a codex or a Bible on someone's planet and then them worshipping it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting. So there is no indication of where this codex came from then.
No, there is some indication on the inside cover. Like I said last time, there's that like tarot card sort of motif. But
Okay.
that could mean anything.
So
Could it mean anything?
Could.
This is Adenia magic. Although I imagine that this specific entry is probably more of an Amerlin.
I was gonna say it's either some combination of them or some
Who is still alive?
offspring of them. I don't know.
I know that they probably worked on this together as like a little couple's pet project.
I can see them having a child of magic and science combined.
That's so true. A child of alchemy. Interesting.
Full metal
this can't
child.
go wrong at all.
Full metal
Metal
child.
child.
There's no way this can end in tragedy.
It has unfortunate implications about what
We'll
happens.
see
to
what
Adenia.
happens on October 3rd.
Ooh, never forget. Wow, Wow, what a fun mood I'm in today.
Yeah, we're all in this together.
Yes.
Here we are, and we stand hand in hand, make our dreams come true.
True. Thank you, Rose. Hero point for catching my High School Musical reference.
I'll add it to my.
I mean, I wasn't.
Total.
Well, all right. I suppose if I can't collect the supplies that I would need to create what I'm reading about in the book, that might be a shopping trip.
I mean, they have a whole bunch of stuff at the monastery itself.
Would anyone begrudge my consumption of it?
You are actively creating a thing from their faith.
Holy war.
And if you're concerned that it might be blasphemy because it's from texts they don't follow anymore, I'll steal it, and it doesn't. And even if they don't actually care, I'll still act like it's stealing.
It's a blasphemy from the past for me.
Is it a blasphemy though? Like,
No,
just because it's
not.
old, it's just may be lost knowledge.
Yeah.
Some faiths consider that bad, some don't. It just kind of depends. But Vim will act like he's stealing anyway. It doesn't matter.
No. The Mao lets you think you're stealing from them.
Oh, it's fine.
So just to read from the Alchemist Satchel, you can create a new one over the course of 3 days of work, 8 hours each day, expending 100 gold pieces worth of leather, glass, and raw materials. So I do think I will need to work at this for a little bit, even if they have the materials provided for me.
I think we can cut down because you'll have others like Mao helping you with like menial tasks, like we need to heat the glass this much, like that. We could probably shave off like a day and a half. Like, we'll cut the time in half for it, but yeah.
I think Evie sets about like a late evening material gathering quest, and excitedly sort of like showing not all of, but I think she's a little cagey about it. She's like, well, I have this very important thing that I am doing. And they're like, well, what is it? She's like, it's very important.
It is a personal project.
That one teenager who was showing you around the temple has basically like been assigned to your group, and he has been very helpful. As you're walking around, it's like, Miss Evie, here you go. Here, let me collect that for you.
Vim tells this kid a few extra things away from Evie, just so Evie ends up with extra parts she doesn't need.
Yeah, all right.
Just to see what her reaction is.
Wait, why does Evie need a flugel stopping?
I don't know.
Huh? All right.
It comes back to Evie. Oh, this is unnecessary. I did not ask for this. Oh,
No,
thank you. I did do that.
Vim asked me to collect them for you.
Vim!
Evie.
Vim!
Evie.
Vim!
Evie.
Why did you tell this young man to collect things that I did not need?
You never know if you need extra parts. You might want to throw some flair on it.
That's very thoughtful. Thank you. I lean in a little closer to the guy and go, I really don't need this, but thank you.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
Not your fault. Not your fault.
I feel bad now.
No, don't. Vim is just being helpful.
Fair enough.
We don't want to hurt his feelings. He can be very emotional.
That's fair.
You got him.
Not everyone is perfectly crafted by the spark, as they say. And those are not imperfections, but they're simply different.
Where's on now?
They're simply
That's
different
like
parts
shade.
of you.
What an interesting way to phrase that. I'm gonna go make some preparations.
All right.
We were going to bed.
Evie, I think, is doing all that she can before going to bed. Still wanting to get like an 8 hours.
You can definitely get everything like set up, and like the younger, like a number of the students are going to help you like process materials throughout the day.
Nice.
So that'll be nice. But otherwise, does anyone else have anything they'd like to do before bed tonight? Going once? Going twice? Darius.
I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna meditate on. I'm going to meditate very specifically on my mistakes that I made today. That I did rush in, and I very potentially you could very fairly say that um, Evie's death was my fault, and Darius is going to have to live with that. And this will be the first night where he sits alone with his thoughts and thinks about that. He may be kind of like, tilts his head, bumps his head on Nito's shoulder, but he probably doesn't mention it at the moment. But
there's some light petting once you put your head onto hers.
As opposed to heavy.
As long as it's not heavy petting, I was gonna say yes.
Nito's praying.
Watch your words, Will.
Word choices.
Little scritch behind the ears.
But
she knows you like it.
That's
much
what we're calling it.
Much like the principles he has applied to his craft as he has learned, he recognizes the mistakes he's made and acknowledges that mistakes are inevitable and they can be a good thing if you learn from them. And it's especially important here when other people suffer the consequences of your mistakes.
Darius, can you just on your character sheet put like one singular mark? Just put Will ask me to do a mark on it.
Oh no.
Secret tokens. I love this mechanic.
I'm not sure where I can put that, but I will
class
figure it out.
resources. Class resources. You can add another one to the sheet and just put Will mark.
Oh.
I see the naming convention of just naming things after yourself is alive.
I will throw this Togepi at you, McKenna. This Togepi will break because of you.
Oh no! It's gonna hit me through the camera. I'm so scared.
Ballistic Togepi.
I have one will counter on the thing now.
One will counter. Great.
If it makes you feel any better, Will, my tears of laughter have leached into my eyeliner, and it is now burning my eye.
Some would call that karma.
Oh, absolutely. And I would agree with you, but Jesus Christ.
Spark creation.
How karma works.
By the spark.
Look at me. Do you think I know how karma works? But
Colloquial
enough
karma.
fate, I would imagine.
It's colloquial karma.
We must escape from the cycle of samsara.
Those were sounds that may make
Those
up a
were words
word.
that made sense.
Rose, you act like
Anyone
I
who's played
actually
Fate
read
knows.
the cutscenes in Fate instead of just watching video catch-ups and summaries of the stories because I just play
You must
Fate
really
for the
not
mechanics.
read the
not
mechanics
like
because
the
that was a
game?
Genshin quote, not a fake quote.
Actually, both.
Yeah.
Both.
Oh, they both have
Yeah.
samsaras?
Both
Some-
have it.
Samsara is a
God.
concept from like Buddhism
Indian,
and Hinduism,
yeah.
I think.
Yes, but that's
Yeah.
such a specific thing to pop up in both Fate and...
Well, there was an
I'm
entire-
so sorry, I need to go wash my
Go
eyes out.
for it. It's
was-
it's if I had a nickel for every time the Samsara was mentioned in a gacha game I played, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's strange that it's happened twice.
I could go on for a long time about writers in games using the same, like, very clearly having a particular concept or idea so kind of ingrained into them that they bring it up in multiple things over
It
many
should also-
years and many projects.
It should also be noted that because it's like a concept of from like India and Asia, it's probably a lot more familiar to people who write the gacha games we play because they're in like Japan and China. So they probably know a lot more.
All of these cases are specifically done in areas that are based off of, like, India, at least in some part. Like, I mean, we're talking
Mythology,
Sumeru,
yeah.
and then literal Indian Lost Belt featuring Karna and Arjuna.
Arjuna altar.
Don't confuse people more than we already have.
We had Eevee altar. People in the show actually might understand the concept.
EVP.
But Darius, you have done
Arjuna B. Can we just call him Arjuna B? I mean, he's a berserker. It counts, right?
that. Yeah, I guess so.
Arjuna B.
God Juna.
Luna. Well, Eevee and Vim are off doing their thing. Darius is in their room. Sword friend.
Sword friend. Is Sword Friend do anything?
Sword Friend speaks to you. Luna.
Oh.
Hello, Sword Friend.
I apologize for interrupting you after what may be considered a traumatic day.
That is okay, because you helped. So, what do you want to talk about?
I do not wish to worry you, but I sense myself, or sensed myself for a few moments, and it has since disappeared.
Where did you sense yourself?
Somewhere on this planet. It was as if another version of my consciousness was here, and we briefly connected.
What would that mean in other words?
For a short time, there was 2 of me on this planet. But
Do you have a twin?
But there is only 1 of me.
Oh, there is no twin. Okay. So, that's
strange.
Weird? Yes. Okay, good. We are on the same page. But it is not here.
No, it has since gone away. It was only here for a brief moment. Only a few minutes at most. Which
moment was that?
It was only a few minutes at most.
No, was it when we were fighting? When was it when we were in the temple? Is it when we were...
It was yesterday. The day before.
And you didn't say something then because...
I wanted to reflect on it for a while and try to figure out if it was perhaps simply me misinterpreting another.
Bless you.
Yes.
Well, if I could find another sword friend, then I could have 2 sword friends. I don't know what I would do with 2 sword friends, but I would have them.
I hear dual wielding is quite effective.
Oh, that is a good point. Yes.
However, Evie may become jealous.
Why would Evie... Does Evie want a sword friend? I don't think she is the type.
True.
Maybe she would be impressed with us.
Dual wielding is quite impressive.
We should find the other sword friend, but it is not here.
It is no longer on this planet. It is outside of my sensing range.
If you notice it again, then you should let me know. And if you can point me in a direction, then maybe I will find it.
Yes, I will do so next time. I sense myself. It's a very strange feeling, sensing your own mind. Unsettling.
I would not know.
That is fair.
But, can you sense where the labs where you can get re-battery-ized?
If we are in close proximity, I should be able to. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sword friend.
Thank you, Luna friend. Alright, that's Luna, that's Evie, that's Darius, Vim.
Yeah.
You're getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
You going to sleep?
Yeah, if the thing he drank doesn't force him to stay awake, he would go to sleep.
It basically gives you the ability to sleep when you want to. As you fall asleep, your eyes begin to flutter open and you find yourself on the floor of Mother Myrtle's cabin once again. However, it appears as though you can hear like the sound of a teapot going. You say, "Oh yes, I will collect that glass for you right now." And you hear her pouring tea, and then you hear, "Oh, thank you very much."
Mickey Mouse?
Oh,
Nightmare.
Half as devious.
And as Vim becomes fully conscious, sitting on the table, across from Mother Myrtle, is Peaceful Peace Blossom.
I let it be said that I beat you here. I've been here a couple times.
Yes, well, I had to travel through space.
Yeah, I guess we can't all have particular talents to to avoid that.
But you've made it here by yourself, Vim. That's very special. Good job for you.
Something makes me not appreciate that now.
You're a very talented boy.
This feels condescending.
I'm sure we're both very proud of you, aren't you, Mother Myrtle? Yes, I am very proud of Vim.
Oh.
boy.
Well, I guess since I've been here, though, you don't really need to, like, task complete.
Excellent! I am now free! Huzzah!
Yeah. Free to go and do whatever you want, wherever it might be.
Oh, yes, she's actually offered to stay here with me for some time. I figured if I was going to be here anyway, I might as well make myself at home.
That doesn't seem necessary.
We can be roommates, Vim. Peaceful Peace Blossom and Vim, the caterpillar.
Oh.
Best friends forever.
I think I need to go get lost in the forest.
A duo of compadres.
I've got
Dos
compadres.
The Dos Amigos.
The Dos Amigos.
I might be a little full up on those, unfortunately, right now.
Yes, but you're likely to kill one of them or get one of them killed, I'm sure.
I just saved them, thank you. Well, 3 of them. We're working on the 4th one. That's the job right now. We're working on saving the 4th one.
Oh no, did Luna get captured?
No, why would you assume it was Luna?
I feel as though someone saying I have candy would be able to capture Luna.
Oh, so you were thinking about capturing Luna?
No, I was not thinking about capturing Luna, but I think if one of your friends were captured, Luna would be the most likely one to be captured.
Seems like you had a plan all devised up.
Yes, Vim, I will secretly murder your entire party. Wah-ha-ha.
This sounds like justifiable cause for response.
Take it outside, please.
What? She's about to be like a level 20, like, Fae sorceress.
We thought it was going to be the Rash solo thing, but it turns out to be the Vim solo battle episode.
Actually, it's Rash that we're trying to save.
Oh no, Rash. I liked her.
Well, yeah, then everybody likes Rash.
Yes.
But you didn't like Luna.
But, I'm not even here to talk to you. Okay.
I mean, I'm here now. You sent me here. I'm only here because you asked me to be here. You invited me.
That's not really what
this is your
invitation
own fault,
is.
Vim.
No, you could have left.
I could have, but that would be rude of hospitality.
No, it wouldn't have been.
I've been offered such fine hospitality and regularity.
You're really not helping your position in my mind right now. Okay. right now, if there's anything here that could help me think of how to help Rash, that's what I need to focus on right now. Not you being here, of all places, on a non-temporary basis.
Well, there is the Heartwood.
What is that?
Points outside the window to this massive tree. The Heartwood! A massive fey tree that's said to have a weapon of legendary power at its base.
Okay, this thing hasn't just been sitting here with some weapon.
Yes, it's
surprised.
been
My
here
whole
this
life.
entire time. Vim, you're not very observant, are you? Here, perhaps if I put some fruit beside it, you'll notice it.
I have a +6, thank you. I'm gonna go outside.
Imagine you just say that to someone like reads you for something. Actually, I have a +6 to that stat.
Yes, Vim,
So step off.
6 is a very big number.
I am proficient.
I'm sure you are.
Sure, to some people, 6 is a big number.
I'm sorry, I'm proficient.
Maybe even above average.
It's
I'm
even how many nubs he has. That's all the nubs he can count.
I'm proficient in murder too. Go outside to this tree.
Corley begs to differ.
I didn't even make an attempt.
You made the threat.
Actually, it was more of an arrangement. It was a, if this happens, then that happens. And since the first thing didn't happen, the second didn't have to.
But Vim, are you going
Also,
to make
how does she know about that?
I am from the Fae.
I don't know.
That
I'll kill her. I don't know. We'll kill her eventually.
Emily is so protective of Corley.
Then, so yeah, then we'll go outside to check out this tree and see what this thing is talking about.
It's a very big tree. It's interesting because, like, as you're walking, you're able to move, like, further than you normally could through Mother Myrtle's woods. Like, there's more woods than normal lately.
Okay. Spatial was always a weird thing here. But you, like, no matter how far you went, you could always just, like, okay, I'm ready to go back now. And then just beyond the trees, you'd be back at Mother Myrtle's.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm seeing, like, new areas
you are seeing
as
new
I'm going,
trees.
then I'm like, yep, see, she's a liar, like I thought. This was not always here. Just confirming to himself. He's just talking to himself.
As you eventually approach the base of this tree, you can see that inside of a, like, knot near the base of it, there is what appears to be a glorious looking crossbow made of, like, black lacquered wood.
Crossbow.
Does this seem like being fucked with? Like, does this seem like, see if it did Mother Myrtle telling him that, he would have just like, oh sweet, the crossbow. But now this place has been tainted, and now he doesn't trust it.
Tainted with peacefulness.
So yeah, I don't even know what that would be.
Perception? Investigation?
Yeah. We'll go with
Insight?
perception.
Insight?
No.
Make a vibe check.
We're not going to go with investigation. We don't need to see any of that.
I mean, it's a crossbow in a tree.
Is it, like, reachable?
Yeah, you can just climb on in and grab it.
All right. I don't have a... yeah, that's right. I used Misty Step. I don't have another Summon Beast. Damn it. All right. So I'm going to approach it carefully and just see if anything changes as he kind of gets a little bit closer, waits, and then gets a little bit closer.
Yeah, you're getting closer. Nothing. You're inching in. You eventually make it inside the knot itself, and nothing changes.
And how does this crossbow look compared to my crossbow?
It's a slightly larger size, but magical items are known to shrink down to be user friendly. but it is like lacquered in like dark wood. It has like etched runes inside of it. It looks real fancy.
But they don't look like the crazy rooms, do they?
No.
Okay.
It is just magical runes.
So, carefully reach out and just like touch it and see if anything like jumps out.
As you go to touch it, the world around you turns into the other world for a second, and your hand goes through it.
Okay. So, like, in that moment, where does it look like I am?
In the knot of that same tree. Just the tree is...
Oh, but like when I left, like
Yep.
it has that different kind of just vibe and feel to it.
It has the
but when I
sepia filter.
When I move my hand away from it,
you're back to normal.
so it's still back at like the version I'm familiar with, more familiar with. Okay. So,
Oh, Vim, are you having performance issues collecting this item?
We're talking about picking something. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Are your bug nubs too short to reach it? Do you need some help?
Actually above average.
You want to... You
That's not a high bar to clear.
Violence. You want violence, is what I'm understanding from
How
this.
could I want violence? I'm peaceful, Peace Blossom.
Oh yeah, I forgot how everybody's name is just like me, and that's who they are. It's okay. You know what? I can make you useful. Is she where she can see me?
Yeah.
All right. Look at me and tell me if anything changes in how you see it. And I move my hand back to like grab it again.
Same thing happens for you. The world flickers into that dark. Make me a perception check.
Okay.
How'd you do?
21.
21. As you are reaching towards it, you kind of catch where Peaceful Peace Blossom is.
Yeah.
And where she is, there's a sliver of light that looks like it is like the old world. So like you can see Peaceful Peace Blossom with like the background, but it's like she's a 2D object on a 3D plane.
And then when it kind of like reverts back, I was like, what did you just see?
You reached for it, and your hand went through it. And that's all I will say without proper compensation, Vim.
Now you're extorting me?
This is not extortion. This is a business dealing.
Can be both.
Yeah, a lot of business dealings are extortion. Let's be serious.
There is no ethical consumption under capitalism. All business dealings are extortion.
All jobs are selling your body.
This is a barter economy, thank you. The Fae barter.
How about we barter with the amounts of bolts I don't give you?
I have no need for bolts.
Yeah, probably like to not have them, wouldn't you?
Why don't we trade a favor for a favor, Vim?
If you want stories, Mother Myrtle's full of them. She's got all the stories.
I do not want stories, Vim. I want a murder.
A murder?
Of who? Because I kind of want to murder right now, too. But who do you want murdered?
There is an old acquaintance of mine here that, let's say, fucked me and is the one who put me into that mirror.
Who? Who's here?
Here in the metaphysics, oh, goodness gracious, it's very difficult to explain this concept to you. But here, as in the other version of here, here that if you come here via normal means, you are here normally.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The only people that I saw here in that way kind of sucked, so I guess that's like not too crazy to think about. But so what? Okay. What if I go kill this person?
If you find yourself coming back here, and you happen to murder them, I would be happy to trade this information with promise of murder upon re-entry of this planet.
How's your throat, Will?
It's perfectly fine. You see, because of vocal studies and singing practice, this is basically speaking in falsetto.
You know, I don't know. I almost think you need to. Sweeten the pot here, because you have to understand that at this point, I'm not entirely convinced that I wouldn't take their side.
I will throw in some of my homemade honey to this pot.
How homemade?
That sounds like that. Okay, I've heard Mother Myrtle tell stories enough to know that sounds like a setup to a trap. You're gonna add honey to the pot. I don't know when I was born. I don't know when I was born, but I wasn't yesterday.
How about this? If you are able to murder them for me, in addition to the information I will give you now, I will also give you a possession of mine that is left in that world.
What possession?
How do I ask if a person other than you would think you deserved what happened to you?
I don't know. How would you ask that?
Yeah, that's the question.
No, they were very rude to me. I dumped them, and then they put me in a mirror.
You dumped them?
Yes. I'm a very desirable pixie.
Oh, that pixie scene's gotta be something.
A jilted lover.
A jilted fae lover.
Well, I agree to things sometimes, and I can, if this happens to become a thing, I can sell it as I helped. It was a way to help Rash. So okay, all right, we'll do this.
Excellent. Should you be successful in the murder, then not only will you be given this information now, but I shall also grant you the lips of the liar.
You've already got 3 of his fingers.
No, that was a thief.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, that was the thief. This is a different guy.
What kind
apparently.
of Frankenstein are we
People
building
can be
here?
more than one thing. They could be a liar and a thief.
But I don't think. I think Mother Mary would have told me if she took this guy's lips and his fingers.
Would she?
Listen,
I mean, she might not tell me that she might not tell me the number of lips.
I don't think
because she
you're
didn't
getting
tell
enough
me
out
the
of
number of.
Number of lips.
You
Well,
can't touch this.
I thought she only had the 2 fingers, but apparently she had 6 of this guy's fingers. It's, kind of. That guy must have really. That guy really wanted out of the life.
Since we have a deal, Vim, whilst I stood here and watched you touch that crossbow or attempt to, you disappeared for a moment. And when you reappeared, you were completely uncolorful for a second, and then you were back to normal.
Okay, so I mean, I guess I kind of went to the other, but this crossbow's here on this side.
Yes.
But for some reason, it's not letting me, or something's not letting me.
I mean, can she touch it? I'll be quiet.
Actually,
the Fae is unstable, Vim. The Feywild has changed in the many years that I've been separated from it.
What isn't unstable?
Well, I would say Darius.
That's an idea. So, I guess the next part of this question is this a deal where we can figure out how to get to this crossbow now?
I do not think you would be able to possess this crossbow while interacting with it in the dream world. You would need to come here in the physical one, and then find your way into the dream world, and then back out via those methodologies.
That is a huge pain and isn't going to help me get ration.
No. But it is perhaps another goal for you to keep in the back of your little bug mind.
You understand you're infuriating, right? I'm just like, you.
I am very likable. I don't know what's up your ass.
Right now it's an annoying ass pixie. That's why I'm running that.
Oh, you know what? Maybe. Vin, when were you born?
Technically, I don't even think that means anything. I think that question's actually
motherfucking Scorpio is what it means.
I think it's nonsensical. That's a nonsensical question. I wasn't
Maybe
born.
the Ambrosia Rose system being in retrograde is messing with you.
That doesn't even make any sense.
It could in this world. This is a fantasy universe, Chad.
It doesn't mean anything in any world, as far as I'm
Will, I'm begging you.
But it specifically doesn't mean anything for somebody
who
wasn't actually born. So,
well, I mean, you were created and brought into the universe via the ether. Vim. Oh, it's almost that time. Something to ponder, Vim. What were you formed around? And you start to get a little bit sleepy. And then, punk.
I hate you so much.
When you do wake up, there's a potion in your hand.
Is it like the one I had before?
It's exactly the same.
Okay. Yeah, he'll drink it.
Nice.
Just
I do one thing.
Okay.
After Evie comes back from making preparations, while it is still nighttime. I think she tries to go to bed, but can't stay warm. It's just one of those nights where, like, no matter how many blankets she bundles herself up in, it's just not working. I think she sort of slinks over to Luna's bunk and sort of peeps over the edge of the bed frame and is like, Luna, are you awake? Are you awake?
Constitution
yes. Yes, I am now awake.
I'm sorry, were you asleep before?
No.
Okay, good. And you can see she's kind of shivering. And she just goes, I am having a very difficult time retaining body heat. So I thought the most logical course of action, as I'm sure Darius is deep in prayer with Nito and Vim is cold-blooded, would be if I could maybe share your bunk tonight, if that would be okay.
Yes. I have seen this on one of the net dramas where they huddled together for
Yes, very that. Very specifically that, and only because I am genuinely. I have just not been able to get warm since that last fight. I think it's getting better, but it's been
Are you okay? That was a lot.
It was a lot. I think dying and coming back maybe has some physical repercussions, but nothing that can't be slept off or given time.
Well, then you
But
should
besides
come
that,
here.
it's really not all that much different than being unconscious.
I do not remember dying, but I have done it before, and
Several times, in fact.
why don't you come into the bed,
Yes,
and
please.
then you can help sleep it off.
She sort of curls up like right in like the crook of Luna. She wants to be Little
Yeah.
Spoon so badly.
She
Uh,
can be Little Spoon.
Rose, you know, like those like cooling gel packs that you use as ice packs.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like a big huggable cooling ice pack.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No big deal. That is fine. She smiles. But she's also very much like Barbie dancing at the party, like, you ever think about death?
Yes. I think Evie eventually like sort of stops shivering quite so much, but she is still cool to the touch. And she says,
thank you. And good night. Sweet dreams.
Good night, Evie.
Good night, Luna.
Good night, Moon.
It's a good night moon reference.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I'm like, sweet dreams. Meanwhile, Vim is like. I'm picturing Vim like grimacing in his sleep.
It's like pulling the trigger on his crossbow in his sleep. It's just not loaded.
The way some dogs like kick their feet, they're dreaming of running. Vim's trigger nub is like.
Darius.
That's me.
The next morning, you are awoken by a knock at the door to your room. There is a sort of, after a few moments, the door creaks open slightly, and it's one of the apprentices. Master Darius, I apologize for interrupting morning prayer if you had begun, but it seems there has been a development. The prisoner is... It would be best for you to see it.
I spare a glance to Nito behind me. I don't know if she's awake yet.
Oh, yes, Nito's begun her morning prayer.
I'll be back in a bit, beloved. And I go with the apprentice.
The apprentice begins leading you through the halls, Darius, and it comes to like the observation room. And in the middle of the room where the Mal once was is now just a pile of fur and ink. And on the ground are a number of those runes that most people cannot see, but you can now see. Looks as though with their tail they grabbed like a piece of stone and etched them into the ground.
Have we ever gotten any sort of indication as to the purpose of these runes?
They're magical runes, just like regular runes. They have magical effects.
No, but like specifically, what do they do?
No,
do they make cheesecakes?
You have not figured that out yet.
All right. Now, using my rational brain, I can only deduce a couple possibilities from this. One, they were able to teleport from this room using the runes, though that might not explain the piles of fur unless it wasn't exactly a easy process, either in crafting the runes or the teleportation itself was very rough. Or they were like rent asunder or something, but it's just ink and fur?
Mm-hmm.
Can I do an insight check of some kind, or
If you want to analyze the ink, you could do an Arcana.
not
or
my
some other sort of check accordingly. If you want to maybe take a closer look at things, you make a perception.
Could I make a religion check?
Sure, I'd let you do a religion. 17.
No.
15?
Yeah, that should be normal.
Fine, that'll be enough. There is a interesting addendum to this. As you're looking about trying to ponder like the religious power of these runes. Because you know these are religious runes. Like, these are attached to some sort of deity or concept that was worshipped by the cultists. You're kind of following the trail of runes, and then you notice almost like slightly cut into the back of the walls, just the smallest cut. There's like a line of them that has been like, as if they've like resealed the tiniest crack. Like, as you're looking around, you wouldn't have noticed these unless you were like actively reading the smaller runes, and then they're right there. So on the wall, there's like a little strip of those runes going up the wall. It's like a crack, like something cut into the wall through there.
Can I more closely examine the wall?
Mm-hmm. The runes on the wall are the same perception blocking runes. However, as you look past them, you can see that there's like the tiniest bits of a crack there.
I am not going to touch it with my bare hands, but I'm going to just pull out.
You mean your cat?
But you touch it with your cat paws?
Just going to sail right by that. I'm just going to take out one of my smith's tools, like a small kind of precision kind of hammer, and just kind of tap or chip at the crack, see if there's anything to discover there.
As you do so, the runes light up and the crack seals, and the runes disappear.
Interesting. I turn to the apprentice and I write a quick little note for them to pass on to the city guard, just to let them know that the person that we were holding here for questioning and the like, I'm not sure why the police never came to pick them up, has escaped through magical means.
All right. The apprentice takes the note, and they will head out.
Yes.
Vim, the next morning, you're the first to awake.
I will, at the earliest opportunity, fill in the rest of the group to all this. And
Darius, if you want, you could head up there now. They're probably waking up soon.
I don't want to disturb their morning prayers. I'll head up there and just give them a quick recap of everything I found and invite those with perhaps more of an analytical mind to go check out the scene themselves.
Darius,
yeah, like Luna.
As you enter the room and sort of call out,
Never know.
How do people reply as you're waking up? Darius has awoken you all.
More of the runes?
Darius, you see Luna. Does Luna sit up at all?
Depends on if it would discomfort Evie.
I think they probably both sit up at around the same time from the same bed.
Vim, Darius, Luna, Evie, same bed. Evie has a little bit of
I don't think anybody is surprised.
Luna has a little bit of like.
Together.
Did you guys know? Did you guys know that pixies suck?
They do.
They suck.
Yeah, that they're terrible.
Like a vacuum?
Oh, that they're terrible.
Oh.
Well, the pixie we met that one time
Was awful, and she's still awful.
I did not have an issue with her, but what brought this on, and what does it have to do with the runes that Darius mentioned?
It doesn't have anything to do with the runes. It has to do with her being frustrating and annoying and awful and a pain.
Did
And
she come back?
she made it finally. It took her slow time to Mother Myrtle's.
Oh.
And apparently she's gonna stay there.
Okay.
Good for her.
Terrible for everybody else.
Why?
Oh.
Because she's awful.
Why?
You experienced her. How do you not know?
Wait, if you are the dream god, can you not just make her go away
I'm working
from
on
the
it.
dream?
I'm figuring that out.
Ooh,
She's got
perhaps
something
you are
coming to
not
her.
the dream god. Perhaps she is the dream god.
She is not the dream god.
Can you prove that?
She is a trial that I will overcome.
Interesting. Do gods... See, my issue with that is that gods are typically the givers of trials, not the recipient of them. So if you are on the receiving end of the trial, I think
Tell that to the main cast of the Colin Chronicle.
You know what? You got a point.
There's all kinds
I was
of
thinking
stories.
of like classic mythology.
There's all kinds of stories of the gods aren't just there. They got there somehow.
so. Then that
She's
does not disqualify Peaceful Peace Blossom from being a dream god.
Except for her, complete uselessness.
She does not seem useless if she made it to Mother Myrtle.
Yeah, after I did, so kind of ruined, kind of didn't help there.
What was she doing to bother you so vigorously?
Talking for one, but beyond that,
Her voice was a little grating.
not giving answers that were useful, and one, let's all not forget her bigotry towards hags. Can't be. They just she put a little extra on that word. Still don't like it.
The hard G is hard to overlook.
But I asked for I was there, and I was figured, hey, since I'm here, maybe I can find something to help and be useful in getting Rash back. Then her pointless self decided to point me in the direction of a crossbow that apparently struggles in which version of existence it wants to be in. So when I tried to go for it, it or I was in the regular world instead of that world, and so I couldn't get it. And then she talks about how, oh yeah, you just have to come here and then sort it out here. That's not going to help get Rash back.
Oh, interesting.
So you were in a dream, and you went to Mother Myrtle's, but she went to Mother Myrtle's, but it wasn't the dream.
No, she was in that. She was there too. Which is weird.
Did she dream and get there, or did she take a boat?
I don't know. I just know it was slower than me.
It sounds like you are traveling to a real physical place in your dreams. And that this
Why not
is a
just
real
make
place
her
that exists.
bring it to you?
Oh yeah, let's see, she's not as cooperative as that.
Oh, no, she is very nice, and she sort of has to obey
she's
until
not,
you tell
though.
her that
She's
she is free.
She's kind of fake. She's kind of fake.
No, she has to do what you say until you say she's free. I remember.
Yeah, having to do something doesn't change the fact that just because you don't have to doesn't mean you have to be pointless and irritating.
Oh.
Like you
Okay.
you can not do those things whether or not you're bound to someone or not.
I think we are overlooking a very fascinating discovery here, and that is that Finn is in a real physical place that is not a dream, but he's going there in his dreams, and that there is a degree of separation.
Yeah, we know he's a dream god.
No, but
She gets it.
the place that he is visiting is not necessarily a dream world.
Yes, because he's the dream god?
But apparently I went to 2 different ones this time. I went to the one I was used to, and then the lame one that I left. And
so it is possible that the one that you knew is not real.
I mean, and he pulls up the vial and everything's like, you see, I've gotten real stuff from there, and like the
But
fingers.
Not the weapon.
Not this particular weapon, but the fingers I got from there, and the potions that Mother Merle has given me to help me not like fall asleep randomly. Those came from there.
So how many children did we lose today?
Oh, that is true. Darius had a discovery about the runes.
Yes, there were runes.
I got off track because those remind me of...
I mean, it is quite fascinating that Vim is managing to travel to somewhere simply through the power of dreams. That is quite something.
Some might say godly, but okay.
I would say...
I'm curious who would say that.
Me.
You were saying, Darius, about...
I'm just at... I appeal to perhaps the more analytical minds of our group.
On it.
Slight frustration. I'm unsure where we go from here. We've lost our main source of information. We followed, I thought, all the leads we have. Unless I'm forgetting something, I'm unsure as to where we go now.
Well, analytically speaking, there is nowhere to go but forward.
I was hoping we would be more specific.
I believe we still have potentially the shopkeepers to go talk to, because it was either talk to that one guy,
the one that narked on us.
Yeah,
let's go talk to the narc.
I cannot tell if you are being sarcastic.
What is narc?
As you are all having this conversation, there's a knock at the door. It is that same sort of like young boy. He just kind of opens the door. I apologize, guests and Master Darius, but there is a contingent of Justicars here to see you.
Contingent of them?
Yes, apparently one of them has gone missing.
They should take cough syrup.
Okay, are they here to apprehend us?
They are here to speak with you. Apparently you were working with her.
Okay.
Oh no.
So we do need to talk to the narc. We gave her that lead. That was the last thing we...
Yeah. Okay.
No, it was 2 different ones, right? There was the narc, and then there was the other one that like got real cagey when we...
And you sent her to the cagey.
Yeah,
Ooh.
was that... I forget, was that a shopkeeper or was that a priest from a different...
Was a priest.
It was a priest from a different... Yeah, okay, yeah, that wasn't the narc, it was the cagey priest.
Yeah. I was talking about, because not necessarily the shopkeep that we were, or no, you know what, I'm lying. It wasn't the shopkeeps, it was like the family members of the deceased.
Yeah.
We did not follow that lead. But it sounds like we should talk to the Justicars first.
Yeah. When you're brought out to them, one of the Justicars just kind of steps forward. Concern and greeting. I am Justicar Oubliette. I am the direct superior of most of the Justicars in this ward. Yesterday, we received a lead from you all that we gave to the Justicar working the case. That Justicar has not reported in today, and it has just been discovered by their partner alerting us that they did not return home last evening either.
So do we know if they made contact with anybody?
I do not know. All I know is that they said that they were going to go and interview a suspect that you pointed out to them.
Oh, the murderer.
So definitely KG Priest.
There's a KG Priest.
Yes.
I think he murders people.
He's
the one responsible for the murders.
I think
not necessarily.
I don't know.
So.
I mean, he could be. I mean, but he was definitely very weird when we spoke to him, and he got very offended when we wanted to just like ensure everybody in the room was being truthful.
Yes, he
really didn't like that.
Memory serves, he is the one with a penchant for bodily preservation.
Yeah.
There are many there are many morticians in the city. Are they morticians?
No, not like that.
This was in a more alchemical sense.
Yeah, he was experimenting on dead people.
If you know the case, could you please lead us towards them so that we may perhaps interview them and find out what happened to our missing Justicar?
Yes, we can, but we do have a bit of a situation here as well. Darius, you were saying something about runes?
Yes, and I just explain what I saw, not necessarily that I understood mostly what I saw, but I relay what I saw, and I don't know if anyone else can make a roll and maybe make more sense of it.
An Arcana check.
I will make an Arcana check, but I will also just say, if you will remember what happened to the first guy, 17, he chose to end himself rather than giving us information. So it is entirely possible that this man is not missing, but
disintegrated.
Yes. That's a strong possibility, and Evie, that with the Arcana check, that thought process, I'll confirm, very well could be the correct one.
That he could be missing.
Evie seems pretty sure that he's not just missing.
You do not sound sure that he is just missing.
I lean into Luna and I say, I know, but I think Darius is going to feel bad if he is dead.
Oh, he's dead?
He's probably dead.
Oh.
He might be alive, Darius.
Oh no, like the other guy who did the blow himself up thing. Yeah.
So I guess we should probably say, because this conversation has made it clear, that maybe we don't have necessarily... I don't know where the overlap is, but yet we've kind of dealt with people in these crazy rooms and everything before. We just haven't been around ones that were kidnapping kids.
One of the Justicars comes back and reports that they don't actually see any runes, and then you remember, oh right.
Yeah, they kind of have to directly
hurt you. Them either until he got hit by one of them.
Unless they have interacted with you in some way, usually violent, you cannot see their runes and markings. It is part of how they, I think, spread their poison as quickly as they do.
Metaphorical poison.
Yes, that was a metaphor.
That is very troublesome, but that unfortunately does not help us find our missing. That does not unfortunately help us find our missing Justicar.
I mean, the obvious.
Not yet, but if you come across these runes in the future, it might prove helpful information.
They'd have to survive getting whacked with them first.
Yes.
What I was going to say is, I suppose the obvious solution, we as a group could investigate whatever the missing Justicar was investigating and see if we find something, strength in numbers and all that. Less likely for 4 people to disappear than one.
Plus, it is possible that that person will submit to a zone of truth in the presence of a superior Justicar where they would not for us.
Yes,
they
we
deny,
will come with you. And like 6 Justicars are coming with you.
Yeah.
You got
Oh
backup.
yeah. You got backup.
Do you lead them to that temple?
Yeah, let's do that, right?
Carefully.
When you arrive, that same young child comes out and greets you all. Oh, welcome back, friends.
Yeah, we gotta talk to the same guy again.
Oh, Big Brother's not around right now. He had to run out and do an errand.
How,
Is there anything stopping us from searching his place legally?
No. We can go right now. That was our
We don't
plan.
need like a warrant or anything?
Most people are understandable that if it's in the pursuit of saving a person's life, they are usually okay if people have their things looked through. And if they aren't, they are usually the guilty party.
Not to mention the fact that many of the monasteries and temples on here practice beliefs where none of the practitioners, in fact, own anything. Like, it's not really their room. They live there,
Yeah.
but they don't own it. It's all communally owned. So,
out of curiosity, how long ago did he have to run this errand?
He left. He left yesterday night. He never returned. I was a little bit worried about him, so I followed him for a bit. But when he saw me, he told me to head home.
Where did you get to before
he was about to walk into some sort of building.
But like, where would you say that was?
It's only a few blocks away. It's sort of like a back alley door that's into a basement.
Anybody got a map that this can mark on?
I mean, I could just show you the way.
Oh, okay. Well, hold that. You stay with us to do that after we search this office.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, the Justicars go in, they open up the office, and you are able to search through it freely. What would you all like to do?
General investigation for anything sketchy.
Go for it.
Sketchy. 26.
Evie,
I cannot beat that with a nat 20, so go ahead.
Evie, you find as you're looking through just like documents and papers and practition, a number of interesting pieces of evidence that could be considered a smoking gun.
Oh.
Number 1, you find a number of correspondence letters between this priest and someone known as the Hand of Destruction. Basically assuring him that none of the children at their temple will be looked through, and that the astral heart that resides there will be safe if he can find a replacement. And that they will give him knowledge and help with that. And then you basically get instructional how to necromancy.
Interesting. So I now know 2 things, which is that he was in cahoots with these guys, which duh. Also that there is an astral heart somewhere on the premises.
Mm-hmm.
I share that with the party and also hand the letter to the cops.
Cops take it.
Wow, a D&D party working with cops?
Well, to be fair, the Mao cops are ethical and actually trained and don't murder people.
They're more like a community patrol, not tools of a overarching.
There's something about the we can go into anyone's home at any time without issue that I do take some umbrance with. But
they were in the temple gave them permission.
Anyway.
There's layers here and nuance.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Also, he is, collaborating in the kidnapping of children, so
yeah,
who cares?
So astral hearts are sometimes contained in innocent beings like children, which means that the one here may be within the heart of a child. It may also have been removed.
Well, the note specifically says that the astral heart in this temple will not be touched, and the person holding it will not be harmed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's still in
specifically. He has been employed to find a replacement for the one that is here.
Gotcha. So probably, the kid who brought us up here is probably the one with the magic heart. That would be my best guess.
Selling out one kid to save another, I guess.
You're still dealing with children.
Yeah, you're still selling out a kid.
We should not share this information with her.
No,
right?
that might get into some weird loyalty and yeah, probably not.
Well, let's
Are there any of those runes in the dude's office?
There are not any of those runes in his office other than on the necromancy sort of instruction manual. The necromancy bits basically have used those runes as a cipher over top of the actual text. And
interesting.
As you're reading, it's how to raise an amalgamation. This creature will be excellent for collecting test subjects. Here are some runes that can let you rip an astral heart out of somebody's body.
We found who made the multi-arm, probably.
Yeah. Good to know.
And I say this with restraint, but I'm a big proponent of the concept that knowledge is knowledge. It is neither good nor evil. It is how you use it. Only ignorance is truly evil. But points it with both hands at the necromancy tome. This concerns me. This concerns me.
It's one of those things where it's a good litmus test because, for most people, it's no, why would I want to do that? But anybody who's oh, maybe, you have to kind of look at that person again and be like, okay, but why though?
This is it's oh, technology and devices, they're just things. They're not good or evil. And then someone creates a death gun for murder. There's not a whole lot of ways you can use that without it being a bad thing.
It's called the Murder Ray 5000. You can't tell me this was
yeah, there's not a lot of room for interpretation here.
This specifically is teaching them how to make a maustrosity.
Well.
So Chad just dipped. He was like, nope.
Nope. I've reached the limit. I feel like
once you start adding legs onto a Mao,
while we're here,
what happens next?
We've come to the conclusion this is a not good person. Perhaps this book should be confiscated.
I agree. Will, is there any reason for what I know of astral hearts? They are mostly collecting them to destroy them, no?
For some sort of use. You assume destroy.
Is there any reason that someone might be in possession of an astral heart, probably stolen, who should not be, where this information would be useful?
I mean, to repurpose it, you could always try to forcibly rebind it to someone else. You could try to siphon its energy instead of letting it release it. There's a lot of hypothetical uses that Evie could think of.
All right, Darius, I would not mind holding on to this information if it does not bother you. I don't think it would be impossible to reverse engineer something like this to maybe help those affected if they had had an astral heart stolen from them.
Confident. I trust you, Evie.
Thank you.
I will add 1 Necronomicon to my inventory.
Evie's learning all sorts of new tricks.
Evie's learning all sorts of new tricks. No, I'm just imagining like a scenario where someone has stolen an astral heart and it would still need to be wrested from them. Where like they're still a bad person and this information would be good to have.
Yeah.
But also reverse engineering it is an appetizing prospect.
Fair enough. With that, everything in that room has basically been found. The child is asked to lead you to the alleyway, and you are brought to a door that leads into a basement.
I turn to the Justicars and say, just so everyone knows, if there are cultists down here, they are very dangerous, and it is best to be on your toes. Also, there was a code the last time we were down there, where it was just be silent.
Yeah, it was like a
Well, remind me what
hand,
that was.
It was a secret. It was like a secret handshake where you had to just kind of sit still and be
You just have
silent,
to
and
kind
then
of
they
just
would
stand there and be quiet.
and then they would acknowledge you and like welcome you.
I share that with the Justicars as
Fair
well.
enough. The Justicars will open the door, and they will say, "Allow us to be the first to enter."
Uh-oh.
And they will head down the stairs. And as they come to the base of the stairs, you see basically like they exit the view at the base of the stairs, and then you see a flash of light, and then there is a chill coming up the stairs.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that didn't go well.
You make it?
Can I make an Arcana check to see what the fuck that was?
Sure.
25.
Perhaps some sort of ice trap that froze them in place.
Kill Bill Sirens.
Just froze them in place, though. It hasn't like.
Yeah, it hasn't killed them. It just froze. Ice.
Okay.
We don't know that. Sometimes ice kills people.
Give me one instance where ice has killed somebody.
Anytime
just,
Lydia killed somebody with the Ray of Frost.
I'm talking about the time I died 1 session ago.
Oh, stop living in the past.
No.
That one time that winter lasted way too long and people died.
Yeah, that too.
Oh yeah, that too. Huh.
Oh yeah.
I guess I do kill people with ice. Anyway.
God. So, I guess we need to be careful and make sure that doesn't happen to us.
Yeah, as you make your way down the stairs, can everyone make me a perception check?
Perception.
A 12.
Vim with an 18. Darius with an 11. Vim, your eyes, you're not seeing any more traps down the rest of the hallway. You do see at the end of the hallway it opens up into a larger room. But there's a sort of like curtain blocking it. For those of you who now you're closer, Evie, you can confirm that they're still alive and they'll probably defrost in a few hours.
Is there a way I can hurry that process along without hurting them?
There is, but it would be a time thing. Like, it would take time for you to do it.
Like lighting up something with fire bolts and making like a nice toasty fire underground.
If you made a toasty fire underground, the smoke might cause you to suffocate, but you could...
I can hold my breath. It's fine.
If you want to make a thing, you can definitely speed it up. It won't speed it up by like a lot, but it'll maybe like shave off half an hour to an hour.
Interesting. No, I suppose I will leave them be on the premise that if I fuck up, I don't want to make them hurt more.
Yeah.
They will probably be fine. Can we look around for more traps to see if there's...
As you're continuing down the hall, Vim's 18 is enough to notice that was the only trap. Is sort of like an entryway. You can see that a number of them have already been triggered. Like there's a number of traps that were triggered, but it looks like they were triggered on the way out.
We just missed Rash.
When you eventually make it to the end of the hallway and into the larger room proper, there is a number of things which you will now see on a map.
A map. We love a map.
We love a map. So you see what appears to be like a large sort of area, a sort of study area with some runes, a number of cages. The cages have been opened and are empty. There is what appears to be a large bookshelf and study, a kitchen, and then a working table where there is currently the Majestic card laid upon it.
Ooh.
That's definitely all that's in the room, Will.
At the other end of the room, at the feet of a very large stitched together Mao that looks like this.
Oh dear.
The creature that you chase through the streets.
His face doesn't quite fit his face.
Is that same priest.
Face off.
But in their hands, they have what appears to be some sort of shadowy, shadowy covered item that they are holding. Soon we will be able to be one.
Oh God.
Oh, yikes.
It's a bad romance.
Right. They gave me the gift, including the safety of the old child, and they crush the heart in their hands, and you see this darkness envelop the Mao, and their form shifts and changes to that of a spooky, scary one.
Ah, spooky, scary skeleton.
Skeleton.
Give us such a fright.
And as they do so, they turn. You again.
Yes.
Yup, I don't know what you expected acting so suspicious.
It is supposed it is time for me to dispose of the final loose end. And, yeah, guess what time it is.
It's fighting time.
It is fighting time.
Them be fighting words.
And the Maustrosity, which is what I actually named this creature.
Yeah.
Vim, Luna, Evie, Darius. Luna, you are first.
Find favor, to give myself a little extra radiant damage as a bonus action. And then I'm going to use Channel Divinity Sacred Weapon as an action to give myself a +5 to hit and some bright light for 20 feet so I can see down here.
Nice.
And dim light for another 20 feet beyond that. And then I'm going to move here.
All right.
And kind of hide behind this bench.
All right, the Maustrosity is going to shamble.
Mm.
And they are going to dash. Vim.
All right. I'm just gonna get here, and then Ben is gonna cast Summon Beast.
All right.
And it's not a bat this time, even though that's the picture I've got. It's a cassowary, which is just a bird with murder in its eyes that doesn't fly.
Gross.
It's okay. I hate them. I hate them so much.
Especially this bird is like especially like
It's especially terrible.
And let me pull it up. So actually, I don't really have a bonus action for my turn, but then it just follows up on my turn.
Yeah.
And I'll have to edit one thing, but make sure I'm doing this right using the creature sheet. And it rolled poorly.
Yeah. It goes in and the Maustrosity just bats it away with one of its extra pairs of hands. It's like whack. Anything else, Vim?
No, that's
Soon you shall be joined in death. And it's going to teleport
lame.
to here.
Yeah, there's a lot of things with
Don't
teleporting
like
abilities.
that.
And then it is going to cast a spell on a Vim.
Don't do that.
So Vim, could you do me a favor? And can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
I can certainly make an attempt at that. Oh, that was a bad roll.
You might want to hero point that one.
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah, the DC is 13.
And then I'll roll lower because that's what I do when I do hero
You can
points.
do it. You can.
It's what it happens regardless.
I think they call it that's a called shot now.
Yeah.
Yep.
It happens almost every time I roll a hero point as I roll lower.
No, Vim, you are held in place.
That's lame.
Evie.
It is a concentration spell, so maybe we can.
Maybe I can break their concentration.
And maybe my character sheet will stop being dumb.
120 feet away.
There we go.
Yeah, let me hit him with a little fire bolts.
Okay, fire at will.
14's not gonna do it.
A 14 will hit.
A 14 will hit.
A 14 will hit.
I do 10 damage. Actually, I do more than 10 damage because I have alchemical know-how.
Okay.
So I add 5 to heals, fire, acid, poison, necrotic. So
What
that's
does Evie's chemical infusion on Firebolt look like?
This is just a normal firebolt because I don't have the satchel made yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it is just sort of every single time it's lobbing like a glob of something that doesn't look like it should be able to be lit on fire, but is, and she's just gonna like.
Yeah, they will take the hit. The fire will kind of just smack them in the face. It almost like backlights the skull for a second.
They need to make a concentration check.
Yes, they do. Con save.
Fail.
12, which is a success. They should not have advantage, though. I'm going to turn that off. That's my bad. I still do not understand why Roll20 has everything with advantage automatically, but that's just me.
Yeah, it is a little odd.
Anything else, Evie?
No, I don't think so.
All right, then. Next up will be Darius.
Darius. All right. Darius is just going to advance up to kind of get shoulder to shoulder, so to speak, with Luna.
Okay.
But checking one thing real quick. One, 2, 3. Actually, I'm going to move slightly this way because then when I get to that point, I'm going to strike the ground with my hammer so a bunch of sparks spring into the air, and those sparks begin to swirl around as I cast Spirit Guardians again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
15-foot radius?
15-foot radius.
Alrighty, so I'll come onto your token, and we'll do 15, and we'll CC, and we will save, and boom. Okay.
Roger Dodger.
Is that your turn, Darius? As the Spirit Guardians begin to appear, the Mao Necromancer just kind of hisses at them.
Oh, like we care what you think. We've seen what you do in your free time.
Well, now that he's lit up, you can see that his skull is now just covered in those runes. It's like the knowledge that he was given was like infecting his brain, and now it's just like carved it onto the inside. Luna, your turn.
Should be noted, Luna, they are going to get half movement inside the aura, so if you want to try and make use of that for any sort of clever maneuvering, or if you just want to go up and wreck face, that's fine too.
I think Luna's gonna see that y'all have that one taken care of, so she's gonna go over here and help Bird Friend.
If it makes you feel any better, Rose, the icon that Chad used, I know it's a fruit bat, but it looks from a distance like a black cat with its face stuck in a piece of bread.
I can see that, but...
So if you just imagine that instead of a scary murder bird... Is this 2 campaigns now where we have scary murder birds?
Yes. Which, you know...
Sorry, Rose.
I didn't do a snake. I didn't know the bird was the problem.
We hate... It's okay.
What's the technical name for fear of birds?
All your favorite things. So, we're going to go up here, and we're going to make an attack Bird Friend with an additional +5 to hit on top of whatever this is.
Ooh.
Roll it.
20
hits.
Nice.
Hits.
We are gonna smite on this because we can.
Smite.
So on a level 2 smite, it is 3d8 on top of this plus the d4 of so we get some of these and one of these of radiant.
29 damage.
That was a
dang,
roll.
girl.
Nice. Well, I know what it's doing on its turn. Anything else, Luna?
No.
As you're like slashing it, with Sword Friend and like the radiance hitting the creature, it's just like 2 of its arms are sort of like blocking as much of the damage as it can. And now that as you finish your slash, it's like it has lit up slightly. It just lunges towards you with all 4 of its arms.
But its speed is halved.
Well, it has a 10.
It does it very slowly.
Oh, it has a 10-foot reach, so
that's fine. It just does it slowly.
It's going to make its multi-attack, targeting Luna with both attacks. So attack first, which will be 2 of the claws coming at you. A 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 18 slashing.
And then I think I've got to make a con save on that one.
Yes. DC is 10.
Hot.
You did it. All right, second attack. A 21.
Yeah, that'll hit too.
For 13 slashing, DC is 10 again. 20. You doubled it. And we come to Vim's turn.
So I just get a save at the end of that turn, right?
Yep. You save. You are no longer hold personed.
All right. And yeah, I mean his turn, whichever, but the bird gets to attack.
Make your bird
gets
attack.
Its own turn.
17. Yeah, the bird will hit this Maustrosity with a peck, and it'll just get into its side and deal some damage.
It rolled max damage.
Nice. Seeing that you're out of that spell at the beginning of this creature's turn, it kind of hisses Darius as the spectral creatures attack it. Roll your stuff for Spirit Guardians.
Well, you have to roll a wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom save.
Yeah, to see if it's max or half.
0.
So for crit failures, double it. So roll your damage.
All right.
This looks like the ideal target for Spirit Guardians.
So
that's not bad.
18 damage.
Radiant, if it makes a difference.
It does not.
Okay.
Boo.
Minus 18. Ow, that hurt.
I think if you're a spooky, scary skeleton, you have to take double radiant.
Well, this is a spooky, scary ghost.
Even more reason.
Yeah. You have less of a tie to this plane.
This one's going to fly towards Vim.
Keep
Don't
in
like
mind, half movement if you pass through the aura.
He just
Okay, just making sure.
and then they're going to attempt to drain some of your life to heal.
Don't do that. It's mine.
So
Don't
attack
do that.
first.
It's mine.
A 10 will miss you, Vim, as
Yes.
it like tries to like grab onto your bug nose, but the spirit guardians just like push it back. It tries once more.
Little floating hammers.
That still misses.
The hammers just keep batting this thing's arms away as it tries to reach for Vim's head.
I
It's just
forget,
like hammer, hammer, hammer.
We didn't get that shield situation sorted yet, did we?
No.
Not yet. Okay. But it still misses, but it just lets me know I
Oh, I
Where
feel
my
really
AC's
bad
at.
now. I was going to make you one.
Evie.
we'll get there.
All right.
Maybe we'll make it out of this guy's skull or something.
Let's. Luna, you
I
got
could rock that.
hit pretty bad, huh?
Real bad. I got hit really bad.
Really, really bad. Let me
Very,
hit you
very
with
badly.
let's do first level for now.
Um,
Healing word. So that'll
okay.
actually be 13 healing.
13.
Thank you.
Nice.
So that's my bonus action, and then you could got all reliable. Well, wait, hold on.
Ooh.
Haha, you are exactly within healing word. I'm staying put.
You're good.
It's gonna be another 14 to hit.
14, as this thing hits this, your fire bolt immolates this
Immolates
creature.
it?
No.
Immo.
You know what they say, immolation is the sincerest form of flattery.
And it just burns away, leaving like a pile of ash at
Oh.
Vim's feet.
Oh, the ghost.
Yeah, ghost is gone.
Got him.
Oh, well, that changes the trajectory of my turn.
Love it, because it was trying to get me.
All right.
Is there still?
There is.
Sorry,
still...
I was aiming at this guy.
Oh. My bad. I thought you were aiming at the thing over there. I will put the
I'm
hit points
sorry.
back to the way it was.
So that is, and just a reminder, that is going to be 20 damage to Big Boy.
20 damage to Big Boy. A 14 will still hit them, and they will take 20 fire damage.
Thank you.
That's my bad for not clarifying that. Sorry.
That's okay. I love you, Vim. I'm hitting the thing that's hitting Luna.
Darius.
In fairness, the ghost hasn't actually hit me yet.
Precisely.
Just looking. You know what? I will try and take out the ghost. I will move to here, and I am going to whack them with my.
As it gets into the spirit guardian range, it just hisses at you more and more, spending a lot of its time avoiding the hammers.
When it
Oh,
enters
no.
the range, does it go
No,
off?
it's when it starts its turn.
Gotcha.
When either it starts its turn or enters it for the first time of the turn. So
Which it just did, though, right?
No,
it did.
enters
It took
for
the damage
first
once
time.
already. Yeah, it takes it on its turn
Gotcha.
though. Sorry, I'm gonna try and whack him with a mace. 13.
That'll hit. For
Oh, wow.
5 bludgeoning.
I'm going to spend a bonus action to do a searing smite.
Okay. As your mace connects with this thing, the spark of creation speaks to you. Roll your smite damage.
I think I can up it to level 2, just to try and.
So it'll be an extra 3 fire damage to the target. And a con save.
Well, actually,
Success.
next time you hit with a creature with melee weapon, your weapon makes an attack deals an extra 3 damage to the target. The 4 is for the additional fire if it caught fire. So it does take the additional 3. The 4 would be if it had failed the save.
Fair enough.
So
Then, as your searing smite hits it, the flames do not take hold, but it definitely does. If a skeletal ghost could look scared, it definitely does, and they are definitely seem to be desperately reaching their arms out towards Vim and you now.
hopefully the Spirit Gardens will kill it on its turn.
Anything else?
No, I've used all my stuff now.
All right. right, Luna.
Well, what's your rule on action economy for potions?
It is, unless you have the quick coiffer feat, it's an action drink potion.
All right, then we're gonna try to go out with a bang, and by go out I mean make him go out with the bang, and risk it all here.
Okay.
So, sword friend with a +5 to hit on top of that.
That will hit for 17 to hit.
Sword friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
As the
We're
sword
smiting.
friend, as
Oh,
the sword
wait.
friend finds purchase, it gets caught on him. Do you want to smite?
I am smiting. I also get this extra radiant damage.
Okay.
And then, yeah, we'll use our other second level. Oh god, I held that for too long. Our other second level spell to smite.
Okay.
For another 3d8.
13. Nice. As you smite goes off, it tries to grab onto the sword, but the holding energy that you channel through it just burns its hand away, so it can't grab on and hold the sword friend in place.
But it doesn't die. Okay.
It does not die though.
If it doesn't AO, it's only gonna hit me once, not a multi-attack, probably. So, I'm gonna be a little coward.
What if it runs after you?
Can you run to the aura?
15.
That will not hit me.
All right.
If it tries to run, the emu gets the cassowary gets an AO.
As you run away, it turns its attention to the bird.
Oh.
Okay, that's part of what it's there for.
21 to hit the bird.
Oh yeah.
For 14 slashing.
All right, it's still up. For now.
17 to hit the bird.
I'm pretty sure that hit. Yeah, that hits.
For 11 slashing.
Still up.
And then it's going to basically be fighting this bird for now.
Okay.
Vim. Oh, wait. I deleted the token. Its initiative got deleted. He went before Vim. I'm going to take their turn now. Matt, what type of save is it? It's a wisdom saving throw?
It is a wisdom save for Spirit Guardians, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
19 will succeed, so you're going to take half of whatever this is.
Roll it. God, I hope it's low.
Roll high.
Yeah.
As it goes to reach towards Vim, it's going to just try to wring their neck and drain the life force. A hammer just bops it on the head, and then another hammer bops it on the head, and then another hammer bops it and bops it and bops it, until eventually it just dissolves into radiant energy.
Fuck off, ghost.
Yeah.
Your existence was stagnant at this point.
I shall be remade in the new universe.
No, you really won't.
It's your turn, Vim.
Okay, so I don't have to go far.
I mean, you'll probably be remade, hopefully, into something that's not, terrible, like you are right now.
Okay, I'm within range here. Okay, so I get here, and now I'm going to start firing at the big guy.
Yeah.
And
fire away.
Hits.
26.
That will hit.
And we're going to throw favored foe onto it as well.
Okay. And an arrow just lands in this thing's shoulder.
So 14 damage.
You can see it shuddering.
And then as a bonus action, nope, can't do that as a bonus action. I'm not feeling word. I have cure wounds, so I can't do that. So then I'm going to fire again.
Fire away.
See?
20 hits.
Alright, this one doesn't get the extras, but still gets 8.
Nice.
Yeah. Try to hit me with your best shot.
Chunk. Two solid hits into this thing's shoulders.
And then right after that, the bird
growls at you, Vim. That will hit.
The bird gets 11.
The bird takes the opportunity and lands a solid hit.
All right, that's my turn and the bird's turn.
All right, Evie.
More of the same. I'll do the same thing again. We're a healing word, Luna.
For the
It's
same
gonna be
amount.
another
Another
13.
Oh, we
I mean, I love consistency.
And we're gonna firebolt the guy. Ooh, that's a 23.
Ooh, that's a hit for 12 damage.
For 17 damage.
For 17 damage, as the firebolt just hits this creature, you can see like the starting to smolder and catch fire. Darius.
Darius is going to move his full lovely quadruped movement, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, to here. So the guy will start his turn taking the aura thing. And then I'm going to probably launch a cheeky little sacred flame at him.
All right.
Okay.
That's not what
Dex save.
dexterity save, yeah.
It gets
Hell
a
yeah.
failure.
So that's going to be 11 radiant damage.
Darius, as you pray to the spark, and the spark lets out this like burst of holy energy at this creature, it tries to avoid it, but then as it's trying to dodge out of the way, the spark just barely clips on to one of like the earrings, the many earrings on this Mao's ears. And it then arcs between each of those earrings and just covers this creature in sacred fire.
Be purified in flame.
And it burns away into ash.
Sorry, I kill stealed from everyone.
Just leaving the earrings on the ground.
Well, we're definitely going to collect those.
Oh, we should not, because then they will think we are murderers again.
Well, we're going to be
But
returning
also
them.
hand them over to the Justicars.
Also, the Justicar on the table over there, are they dead?
Nope, she's alive. She's just been knocked out.
Okay.
Can we stabilize her, perhaps?
Yep.
Well, yeah, just stabilize her, and maybe if she wakes up with Vim just kind of.
Hello, Vim.
Good morning. You were unconscious and kidnapped.
Yes, I was captured. They were in quite the rage yesterday evening when I found them with their study empty.
We have
Did you say
dispatched the
catnapped?
evildoers. Oh boy.
These ones, anyway.
But yes, that guy is dead. And hopefully somewhere in this underground facility we will find children.
I don't know.
It was the one pathway, and it was fully clear.
I think they.
I have a feeling
There is basically on the desk here, like it was confiscated, a sending stone.
I think we are seeing the results of what's going to occur next week. This is the aftermath of Rash's arc.
I think
after Rash.
The after Rash.
That sounds painful.
Yeah.
I think they cut and
Get a
run
cream.
relocating or something. Is there anything else in the chamber that might have been left behind in haste, or because those two were still here and didn't necessarily realize they were going to get murked?
There's a very fine bed here that would be worth 700 gold pieces if you sold it.
This
The bed?
This bed up here.
Big.
Beds are
Can I
expensive.
fit it
Why
Their
are
beds
we
are
in the
talking
bag
about
of holding?
beds?
No, you would have to get it carried out, but it is technically yours.
What if I did fit it in the bag of holding somehow anyway?
Sure.
Did I take induce?
We'll sell it. We'll sell it for
enlarge,
$650.
reduce?
They just have to come pick it up.
Yeah.
I did not.
As you all make your way out of it, the Justicar that's with you offers to stay and wait for the other Justicars to unthaw. Heading back towards Darius's monastery, because one of the young boys came out looking for you all. When you arrive there is Rash surrounded by children.
And there's a story there, I'm sure.
Oh, pudding!
Gonna call this a success.
I got the kids out. But if you all want to see how Rash got the kids out, you will have to join us next time. So thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode of The Astral Calling. Join us next week as we wrap up the Mao arc, the Mao planet arc.
Oh.
And we begin to move on to our next arc and whatever adventures our party decides to go on. Thank you all so much for
Planet
coming.
Dogwood.
Check out our many other shows here on the channel, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.